Good morning, everybody. I have another easy recipe for you today. Today we're going to be making pumpkin pie pancakes. I'm doing mine the easy way. I'm using a bag of pancake mix that's already made up. If you want to do them homemade, you could look up a recipe for pancakes homemade and then just add the extra ingredients that we're going to be adding here. I'm starting with my pancake mix. I'm using enough to make 10 to 12 pancakes. And that will be dependent on whichever mix that you use, how much that is needed for that. Now I'm just going in. I had my water in my large measuring cup and dumped my pancake mix into it. I like to mix mine in a measuring cup like this with a pour spout because it makes it easier to pour your pancakes. So I'm just going to mix that up real good. Here in a second you'll see me switch out. I got this egg whisk from Dollar Tree, and I definitely don't recommend buying yours there. It is so flimsy, it's pretty much useless. So I'm going to swap that out and go in with just my silicone spatula and mix all of that up real good by hand. Now I have an electric griddle behind me. You don't need to use one of those. If you have one, they're great. Otherwise, just put them on the stove, and a skillet is fine also. And then you'll see I'm going to use pumpkin puree for mine here in a second. That's what I'm grabbing now. I'm just going in with 1/4 cup of pumpkin puree. If you have pumpkin pie filling, a can of that already has your spices and everything mixed in, you could just use 1/4 cup of that and it would be one less step. If you just have the plain canned pumpkin, you're going to put 1/4 cup of that, and then we're going to go in with some pumpkin pie spice. And I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And then you're just going to make sure that you get all of that mixed up really, really well. And this will be kind of a thicker pancake mix. So you really want to make sure you get it well incorporated. And then you're going to add some extra water once you get this mixed up real good. So right now we're just going to flip this around. Make sure you scrape all of the sides. You don't want to get some unmixed pancake powder. It's kind of a bitter flavor if you get that whenever you take a bite. So you want to get everything mixed up really, really well. And then here in a minute, we'll move over to the sink. My camera ends up stopping recording, so I don't get that part on. But you're just going to add an extra 1 to 2 tablespoons of water, should be plenty, just to thin it out so that it will pour. And you're going to get your skillet hot before you pour your pancakes on. Otherwise, they're going to run all over the place. So you want the griddle or your skillet, whichever you're using, good and hot so that when you pour those pancakes, they start to cook automatically, and that's what's going to stop them spreading. So I set my griddle here in the background. You seen a second ago. I set mine to 300. And then here's where my camera stopped recording. So I had one batch of these done, and now this is going to be my second one that you're going to see. So my griddle's already good and hot, and then we're just going to have our little bit of extra water added into our mix to make it pourable, and then we're going to pour it. And what you want to do is to pour right on top of the same spot. That way it spreads out in a circle and you get a round pancake. And then all you're going to do is cook. If you've never made pancakes before, you're going to cook these until you start to see bubbles come up in the middle of them. And I will speed through this cooking process and get to that part where I can show you. So this is them cooking. You want a nice golden brown color on either side, and you want to make sure that your middle is not doughy or runny looking. So coming up right here, I'll move you in so you can start to see little bubbles coming up and popping in the middle of that. Once there's bubbles all over the top of that is whenever you will go ahead and flip these. And then that's pretty much it. Once they're good and golden brown on both sides and cooked all the way through, they are finished. So that is an easy breakfast you can do. It's just something fun, either just for fall time for the flavor of the pumpkin, or maybe on Thanksgiving morning when you have a bunch of other food to make, something quick. You can make these ahead and put them in the freezer and then just pull them out and reheat them whenever you're ready to eat them. If you guys enjoy this video or if you make this recipe, please let me know in the comments below. If you like our channel, like and subscribe and check out some of our other cooking videos. And I have some craft videos and baking videos coming up. Thanks for watching.